look at In Christ Alone to deal with some of these, what I would call passing chords or color chords. If you look at the chart there, we're going to work out of the number chart. We've got some chords that we should cover first before we go any farther. Now you'll see the typical 1s, 4s, 5s. There's a 1 over 3, a 2 minor 7. These should all be chords that you've been working on or looking at in the key of C. But to start the song, we have this kind of other key sounding chord. We have a 5 minor 7. Now you should know by now that typically in any key, the 5 is usually a major chord. So if we're in the key of C, let's establish first thing, then we'll play our progression. It gets me set. That's my 1, that's my 5, that's my 6, that's my 1 over 5, that's my 4, that's my 1 over 3, that's my 2 minor 7. What's amazing is once we step into this, you're going to see these chords popping up all the way through there. You'll see the 2 minor 7. You can look in there and see it. You can see the 5s. You can see the 1 over 3s. You can see the 4s. You can see the 6 minor 7. It's that one. It's the 6 minor 7. 4. All right, so we're going to be putting together quite a few things here. Remember, 1s and 4s can always have 2s added to them. 5s can typically have, you can add the sus and add the 4. You can add the 4 to it. The 1s you can add, even if you've got a 1 over 3, you can add a 2 to it. It's a very cool sound. So this is a 1 over 3. See that? But instead of playing a 1 over 3, so if I were to play a 1 chord, and instead I want to play it contemporary sounding, I lift the 3 and I make it a 2 instead. But now I can invert this too. Hear that sound? Sounds like a sus almost, doesn't it? If I put that with the left hand, I can get this kind of sound. Watch this. Isn't that nice? So I play the 3rd, then I make it a 2. It's a 1 over 3 still, and then I put the 4 in there. So this kind of sound. But let's go back and look at our chords. So to start with, we're in the key of C. We've already established that 5 is a major, but in this case it's going to be a minor, and it's a minor 7. I happen to know this melody. Now I'm a 2 minor 7. And then I can play it again. G minor, so we got the 3rd dropped down a half step, and we add the 7, which would be 1, 3, 5, 7. We'll put it at the bottom. That's our inverted sound. Got it? And then we see a nice chord there where it says, in Christ, we have what's called a 1 over 4. And this is one that I use often as a transitional sound. So a 1 over 4, if I were to play a 1, and if I were to play a 4, I would have the C in the bass still, and I would play the 4 chord over it. But remember, we're not playing the whole chord, we're just playing these notes. So if I were going to play this, I have the 3rd. So if I were to move up, I can do that again, but leave out this one and just move 1 finger. It's that sound without that middle finger, because I don't need that finger. So that's all we got. On the right hand, I've got my inversion just like I normally do. Now I can go to the 4 here. You see this? That nice sound. I've got my 4 in the left hand going. Now, some of these nice passing chords you can use as well in this song are the quick, I would call it the quick second chord, this chord, where you play the 2 and you quickly jump off of it. Do that on the 4. That sounds really kind of contemporary. So, in Christ alone. Here's my 4 over 1. Play it again. In Christ alone. We can add some color chords. When we get to the 4, we'll play it as a 4. We add the 2. My hope is found. Add 4. He is my light, my strength, my song. 2. This cornerstone, this solid ground. Add 4. Firm through the fiercest drought. That's a sus and a storm. Here we're going to make it a 2. What heights of love, what depths of peace, when fears are stilled, when striving cease, my comforter, my all in all, here in the love of Christ I stand. So you can see, just by adding those little notes, you can play it so simply. You don't have to do anything strange. If we look for this lyric that says, maybe we can look at the part that says, till on that cross on the second verse, right? Till on that cross, as Jesus died, the wrath of God was satisfied. For every sin on him was laid, here in the book. Isn't that nice? Simple things. Now, for example, let's take a look at this song, and typically what would happen is if someone were on my team, I would expect them to be able to play anything that's a melody part that the piano plays, but the guitar or the violin might play that. If the violin's playing that, I just required to play the chord. I would hear this, do 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 do, do 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 do, do 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 do. Those passing chords add a lot of color to this. Those quick seconds. That was the other thing I was going to show you. Let's say you wanted to play this as a 1-5-1. I'm not comfortable with this. Not really comfortable. Well, we know when we get to the 2, we got to do some other things. We talked about that. Let's just say I want to play it in the 5 minor. Do 1-5-1. So there's my 1. There's my 5. There's my 1. Right? Do 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 do. Christ alone, my hope is found. He is my light, my strength, my song. This cornerstone, the solid ground. when striving cease, my comforter, my all in all, here in the love of Christ I stand. I don't think I played that exactly what's on the page, but you get the idea. If I'm not comfortable with all those chords, I can lay on my 5-1-5. Remember the 2, you have to make a little change. You got to move this up to the 6. And you can do it that way too. All right, very good. Next time we're going to talk a little bit of strategy and build on what we've learned on how to play within the setting of a band. All right, I'll see you soon.